Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Virtual MLK Jr. Community Center's Black History Program. This year's theme is the Unsung artist, Arthello Beck. Unfortunately, we are unable to celebrate in person due to this life-changing pandemic, but we are so excited to present this phenomenal virtual program instead. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce such a remarkable lineup of participants. Today, you will hear from our moderator, Mrs. Deborah Sutton, and our special guest, Mrs. May Beck. You will get to meet an MLK board member and MLK staff. You will get to hear from the tenants located here at the center, and you will get to meet some of the community partners, such as Reliant Energy. Finally, you will be intrigued by the awe-inspiring talent of Arthello Beck, with displays of his art located at the South Dallas Cultural Center and at the City of Dallas MLK Library. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. I would like to introduce the chair of the MLK Advisory Board, Mrs. Clara Brown Trimble, and important MLK Jr. Community Center partners, LIRA Group, and Hope, Encourage, Love, Protect, HELP.
Greetings and welcome to the 2022 MLK Jr. Community Center Black History Program. My name is Mrs. Clara Brown Trimble, and I am the Advisory Board Chair. It is an honor and a privilege to be a part of this year's virtual celebration. Our mission is to be the voice for the underserved and the neglected by providing cultural events and numerous of services. We will be diligent in our effort, and it will remain as a forefront of what we do here at the center. So on behalf of the MLK Advisory Board and the MLK staff, we hope you enjoy our program.
Hello, we are LIRA Group, and it is our honor to partner with the MLK Jr. Community Center to meet the needs of the community. LIRA stands for Leadership, Integrity, Responsibility, and Accountability. Our mission is to serve. We provide development and coaching for the underserved, the poor, youth, homeless, and senior citizens. We have a family resource program, a homeless feeding program, college readiness program, which includes college tours, and a college starter kit. Later this year, we plan to add health and wellness and scholarships. LIRA's goal is to be an essential partner to the MLK Center for many years to come. We made a commitment to participate in all of the cultural events at the center and to assist them by helping them to plan and implement events, providing volunteer hours, household items, hygiene kits, food, clothes, supplies, furniture, and any other items to take care of the needs of the community. My Cup is our feeding program with a focus on the homeless and anyone who has a need. LIRA's Comfort for College program is like no other. We pride ourselves in getting students prepared for the college transition. We give them the proper tools to have a successful college life balance, and we coordinate college tours and ensure they have everything they need to begin their new life's journey. It is our duty as an organization and community to work together to do our part to improve the quality of life for those in need and to embrace Dr. King's dream of equality and justice for all.
Black History Month is an opportunity to understand Black histories going beyond stories of racism and slavery, to spotlight Black achievement, representation, identity, and diversity. As a content creator and an entertainment professional, I use my platform, such as the Full 180 Convo, to bring focus and attention on the contributions of African Americans in order to honor all of those who went before us and to continue the progression of their ideas and concepts.
The month of February is recognized as Black History Month. As we observe the struggles, challenges, and triumphs of African Americans in this country, let us not forget the individuals who made the sacrifice and those who paid the price for us to be benefactors of a dream that has allowed us to give back to those less fortunate. It is a responsibility that we do not take for granted, and we proudly take it on to pay it forward to the next generation. Black history is American history.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown Trimble, for that great welcome. Thank you, LIRA Group and HELP, for your continued support of the MLK Jr. Community Center. We will now have words from the MLK Jr. Community Center's partners, In the City for Good and Reliant, an NRG company.
We are In the City for Good, a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to assist community-based organizations with providing hunger relief, drug rehabilitation, and early childhood education for the people living in the Fair Park, South Dallas community. We help South Dallas communities by proudly walking behind our partners as they help our city move in a more positive direction. We collaborate with inner city, community-based organizations, and external entities or individuals seeking to revitalize the inner city by leveraging talents from other organizations to develop food pantries and early childhood education programs for those in need. We are proud of the partnership with the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center as we both move forward when serving the community and making paths for people to become self-sufficient.
Hello, I'm Leanne Schneider, Director of Community Relations at Reliant. Here in Dallas, most people know us for powering their homes and businesses, but we do so much more. At Reliant, we are working to power change, now and for years to come, and we're committed to supporting progress. We care deeply about making a real difference in the communities where we live and work, and we know our long-standing partnership with the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center has touched thousands of lives. Since 2012, we've been working with the center every year, starting with providing back-to-school supplies for the local community. Over the years, our relationship has grown to include long-standing support through various initiatives, including Juneteenth and our Beat the Heat summer program. This program provides portable AC units and coolers, as well as a cool space for the community to escape to, with refreshments, energy efficiency tips, and more. We also work with the center through our Community Assistance by Reliant Energy program, also known as CARE. This program provides assistance to help customers financially with their electricity bills. Just last month, we were honored to present this year's week-long Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration honoring his life and legacy. Together with the City of Dallas, we awarded $26,000 in scholarships to empower 12 high school seniors and their bright futures as they prepare for college. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." During difficult times and an ongoing pandemic, we have the opportunity to inspire meaningful change when we support one another and actively work toward creating communities that are more equitable and inclusive. The MLK Community Center has been such a wonderful partner in that mission, and we look forward to continuing our work with them. From all of us at Reliant, we're honored to be part of this year's Black History Month virtual celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, In the City for Good and Reliant, an NRG company, for your continued support of the MLK Jr. Community Center. Now to the main event, the unsung artist, Arthello Beck. You are about to be enlightened by his wife, Mrs. May Beck, who is keeping his legacy alive. Our moderator, Miss Deborah Sutton, will take us through this journey.
Hi, I'm Deborah Sutton. I come from Memphis, Tennessee. Maybe about 30 years ago, got hired by the City of Dallas in a wonderful place called the Martin Luther King Center. I really thought that it was a great privilege to be able to serve the community and also be on purpose.
I am May Beck, owner and operator of the Arthello Beck Jr. Art Gallery in Dallas, Texas.
Well, first and foremost, I didn't really know anything about Arthello Beck except for what I read. But I believe in providence, that things happen the way they should. and I had a little senior citizen that called me on the telephone while working here at the Martin Luther King Center. And she said, "Do you provide services for the seniors?" And I said, "I do." "Well, what can I do for you?" And she said, "Well, what are you doing now?" And I said, "Oh, I'm providing Thanksgiving baskets for seniors now. Would you want one?" And she said, "I did want one." As time went on, I discovered that her daughter was married to Othello Beck Jr. I was like thrilled. I couldn't believe that all of a sudden here I was, a girl coming from Memphis, Tennessee, working at a place called Martin Luther King Center, and I bump into a person that knows a well-known artist.
Arthello Beck Jr. was my late husband. He passed away in November of 2004. He was an artist, and he painted for over 40 years. He had a long career as an artist.
What inspired me mostly about him is that he was self-taught. He only completed high school at Lincoln High School, and every day after he did jobs in the community, he would go to the library and look at pictures, and he taught himself about oil paintings. So that is really what inspired me mostly about him.
The emphasis of Arthello's work was African American life and culture from the early days of our life during discrimination, segregation, racism. He painted African American people like the old African American artists of the 1800s, early 1900s. He painted our lives and our culture, hoping that our people could appreciate his art of that era, because there was very little art to be seen of us.
He traveled extensively, and all his paintings show the life that he had through his travel.
Even though he painted conditions, harsh conditions, the old homes that we lived in, old shacks, he painted us picking cotton. He still painted our life and culture, the beauty in our faces, the beauty in our children's faces, and the thought, the dance, the music, the sounds from our community to encourage us and uplift our people in hopes that there would be a better life, and art would go along with that life. When they saw positive images of the family, the children in schools, the children dancing, that would make them feel good when they see a painting of other children that look like them.
I believe that young people growing up, many times they don't believe that they can really obtain and have dreams that come true. And his life just exemplifies that you can just be a regular person, and you can be driven to have a craft or a skill, and if you are dedicated and diligent enough, it can develop into something.
He accepted who he was as an African American male, and he was focused on what he wanted to paint.
I guess I should say that his wife, Mrs. May Beck, is working very hard to make sure that his memory stays alive. Every opportunity that she has, she goes to the gallery to show those who are interested in her husband's work. She is very passionate that his memory stays alive and his work as well.
What an amazing interview. Thank you, Mrs. Beck, for keeping the legacy of your husband alive. Now we will hear from more community sponsors, Foremost Family Health Centers, Miles of Freedom, and Empowering the Masses.
Hello, I am Dr. Ashley Musa, one of the Associate Medical Directors at Foremost Family Health Centers. Foremost Family Health Centers has proudly served the Dallas-Fort Worth area for over 35 years with comprehensive health care for insured and uninsured patients. We began as the Martin Luther King Jr. Family Clinic, providing medical and dental services. Then in 2014, under the leadership of our CEO, Joyce Tapley, we expanded and became Foremost Family Health Centers with the addition of our Balch Springs office. We aspire to be a leader in improving the lives of our underserved community by building caring and personal relationships with families and individuals within the community. We strive for compassionate care, placing the health and well-being of our patients first, building strong and trusting relationships, teamwork, respect, accountability, and honesty and integrity in the services we provide. We offer primary and preventative care that includes family medical care for adults and children, dental care for adults and children, women's health, podiatry, behavioral and mental health. We have over 80 employees, including 21 providers that care for our patients. We provide daily COVID testing, telemedicine visits, avenues for low-cost medication, free birth control, vaccines, and so much more. We have programs for our chronic care management that includes our diabetes wellness and our hypertension management program. Patients receive free Bluetooth blood pressure monitors and glucometers and a visit with our dietitian. Our mission is to improve the health of our families and the community by offering the highest level of service regardless of a patient's ability to pay. We are a part of the MLK Community Center and know that your health is your wealth. It is important to support our center and others within the MLK community, knowing that your health is so valuable. We want to see our community thrive and have the tools to see our families grow and live longer.
Now, what does all of this mean? When you look at Miles of Freedom and the collaboration with the Martin Luther King Jr. Center and the City of Dallas, as it relates to the legacy and life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Well, let's keep in mind that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was first a minister that was pulled into the political arena because of the systemic issues that we as Black Americans and minorities at that fact faced in America, beginning with the bus boycott and on to the sanitation. Dr. King sought out to find resources that would alleviate oppression. And that is, in fact, what the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Center is. It is a resourceful center that provides resources to a community that has been systemically and historically oppressed. We're glad to be a part of this organization. We're glad to serve our community, and we thank you for this time.
Good afternoon. My name is Tammy Johnson, the founder and executive director of Empowering the Masses. Here at Empowering the Masses, we offer workforce development training. We offer a weekly food pantry. Our core values are education plus advocacy equals empowerment. I'm super excited to be participating in this Black History program today. One of the questions that we were asked is, why is our work important to the Martin Luther King Center? I feel like our work is important to the Martin Luther King Center, the South Dallas community as a whole, is because we truly get Dr. King's vision. We truly get Dr. King's mission. In his speech in 1967, The Other America, he talked about the same things that are plaguing our communities today. Individuals not understanding the social determinants of health and the lack of access leading to poor health outcomes, leading to poor families, leading to generational curses, leading to generational poverty. And I feel like Empowering the Masses caught the vision. And so we offer a lot of those services. We offer education, career pathways to that non-traditional student. We offer a food pantry where we pack our foods with dignity and love and compassion. And we make our people want to come back. And at some point, our goal is to work ourselves out of a job to where people don't need us anymore. That's where our core values come in. Education plus advocacy equals empowerment. If we educate our communities, if we teach them how to advocate for themselves, then they become empowered. And we've made Dr. King's mission and dream come true. We're still in the space of trying to make his I Have a Dream speech come to fruition. And so that's why our work is important to the Martin Luther King Center.
Hi, I'm Lakeisha, and I'm a volunteer with Empowering the Masses. I'm just so grateful to be a part of such a beautiful experience, and us helping our neighbors in the surrounding areas here in South Dallas has been amazing. And it's been amazing to be able to work with people from all walks of life, just as Martin Luther King would have wanted us to do, as well as being able to feed and provide meals for our neighbors has been such a blessing and such a great experience.
Hi, I'm Kelly Yee. I'm a volunteer with Empowering the Masses, and I love the work that we do with the weekly food pantry. We serve the greater community and have an opportunity to influence the nutritional outcome for hundreds of families a week. I feel honored to be part of carrying out the vision of Dr. King when he said, "I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits."
Thank you, Foremost Family Health Centers, Miles of Freedom, and Empowering the Masses for your continued support of the MLK Jr. Community Center. And now I'd like to introduce the center manager, Mrs. Pamela R. Jones, as she takes us on a tour of Arthello Beck's artistry.
Hello, I'm Pamela Jones, the manager here at the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center, and thank you so much for tuning in to our Black History program. It is an honor and pleasure to showcase such a phenomenal artist, Mr. Arthello Beck Jr. He was known as a painter, arts advocate, and cultural worker. He was highly accomplished and critically acclaimed with a distinctive style that was evident in all of his work. Let's look at some of his pieces that are displayed at the South Dallas Cultural Center. You can also visit his works at the MLK Jr. Library, located here on our beautiful campus.
Hello and welcome to the South Dallas Cultural Center. I'm Carla, the programs coordinator. Today we're going to highlight Othello Beck. One of the coolest things about him that I learned here is that he was one of the first African American persons to own a gallery here in Dallas. We have here an original works. We're not sure how it came to the center, but through a little bit of research we found the name as the Female Dancer with Feathers. It's actually a very beautiful sketch if you ever have a chance to look it up online. Othello Beck was one of those people who helped to influence a lot of visual artists here in Dallas, and I hope that you enjoy some of his works.
Thank you, Mrs. Jones, for that great tour. And as she stated, you can view these awesome pieces the rest of the month at the South Dallas Cultural Center, located at 3400 South Fitzhugh Ave in Dallas, and at the City of Dallas MLK Library, located at 2922 MLK Jr. Boulevard, Building C. Thank you, Reliant and NRG Company, for your continued support of the MLK Jr. Community Center. Up next, you will hear closing remarks from the MLK staff.
We hope you have enjoyed Part 1 of the Black History program. Part 2 will be held tomorrow, February the 12th, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This is a community drive-through event providing household cleaning items, hygiene kits, food bags, and more while supplies last. Upcoming cultural events: in March, we will host the South Dallas AIDS March. In April, the Remembrance Ceremony. And in May, our magnificent Mom's Day event and the Love Fest.
Please continue to follow us on all of our social media outlets at MLKCC Dallas, and check us out online at dallasmlkcenter.com.
A huge thank you to all of our community partners who work so diligently to assist us to make all of our events and programs a success. It would not be possible without your continued support.
Thank you all for tuning in to the annual MLK Black History Program. We hope to see you in person next year.
Thank you.